And transition. Hi there, and welcome to Roll with Advantage 5e. My name is Joe, and I'm not your dungeon master today. I know I am most days, but today I'm gonna be your conversationalist. I'm gonna be your talk show host. So it's great to have everybody here. If you are not familiar with what this is Roll Call, our Roll with Advantage kind of talk show thing. Right over there, it says it in the says it over there. And you know what? We have some fun stuff planned today where we're just gonna talk to our fellow players and get their opinions on things, see how they're feeling about things, and what their plans are with the campaign as a whole or with the characters. So it's great to have everybody here. We got Amoeba, we got Gemma, Onion, Lisa, Kayla, Aquila, and Connor, and Jamie. Look, I see you there, Jamie. So hello, everybody. Welcome. Happy to have you here. So let's not delay any longer. Let's not dilly-dally. So obviously, I know who the two of you are, but in case there might be anybody new here, if the two of you just want to go ahead and say your name and which character you play. Not like it's not obvious, but...
Go ahead, Jamie.
I'm Jamie. I played Cyrus in Evrand, and I played Grok in Isles of Bavarian.
And I'm Ryan, and I just play Varnast in Evrand.
Oh yeah, man. Alrighty, there we go. We have our two peoples here. So they both, as they said, they play in the Explorers of Evrand. So obviously Evrand out of any of the campaigns is kind of the one that ends up getting the most. I think they really get the shit kicked out of them the most. It's just a hard time they typically have. So you know, I think that one of the things that I kind of want to just generally ask, and this is for both of you because this is something that applies to, you know, Varnast and Cyrus when it comes to the next session, right? Next Friday, you've beaten Agatha, you've won. New Verdalka is free, you know, and that's because of you. You know, nobody else was going to do that. That was all you guys. So I'm kind of curious, you know, for Varnast and for Cyrus, they're probably going to have a week of, you know, organizing things, getting everything set up with, and I think that we have a pretty good idea of what they're going to do seriously, but like, they have not had a moment in the past, like, month to blow off steam. What does that look like for them? What are they going to do to blow off some steam when the time comes? We'll start with Ryan.
I feel like Varnast is that guy who, like, a week after he eventually retires, he's like, this is boring and I hate it so much. I feel like Varnast, it's very hard for him to relax, especially with how much is still going on, even if he realizes that there's nothing he can do in the moment, because obviously we have to organize everything that's going on with Verdalka, with Ethos, so it's very hard for him. But if he was going to do anything in terms of like true relaxation, he'd probably go fishing.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
It's just something very relaxing he can do, and it's also practical because then, you know, he can catch a fish and he can eat it, and he likes seafood. So yeah, like if he could just like find a spot, you know, get a little chair and just, you know, start fishing and just relax. Yeah, that'd probably be what he would do, fishing.
Yeah. I enjoy that quite a bit. Okay, so we have fishing for Varnast. What about for Cyrus?
This is where it gets a bit more complicated.
Because you just hit the pub. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, exactly. So Cyrus is kind of, because he would normally just be like, right, well, I'm gonna get fucking drunk and just party for a week. But that's not happening.
Yeah,
and
I promise.
I think the thing with Cyrus is as well, like, because we've been so non-stop, a lot of that has distracted him from the fact that he's not been able to. But if we have this like downtime, I really don't know what he's. I think he's going to be that type of annoying person where, like, if someone's like, "I'm going to go and do this," he's like, "Do you need help? Do you need company? I can come." Because he doesn't know what to do with himself.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
He'd normally be like, I'm just gonna get shit faced. But if someone's like, if Varnus goes, "I'm gonna go fishing," I was like, "Can I come?"
I need a distraction, please.
Yeah. So I think like while everyone's gonna have this like quite nice reprieve, I honestly think Cyrus is gonna be a bit confused with what to do with himself.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be really interesting to see how that plays out, and I'm really excited to see it.
I because I think that one of the funny things is like I want both of you to know, and in case, I know Kayla's watching, but LS or Sarah, that I always have a lot of fun playing Ephera. Like, I'm always having fun, but I'm not I'm not necessarily having a good time, because I'm always so sad. So it'll be nice for once for me to be able to have fun and have a good time while playing Ephera, because I think that for the most part, that's what next week is going to be. So I think that it's just going to be nice, because there's going to be such, sure, there's looming existential dread. When is there not? But it'll just be nice for your characters just to like chill, like just like a little bit.
For sure. Because I mean, like, we've not really had a moment of reprieve in, like you said, in God knows how long. Like, we've gone from, we literally left that temple into Walls Crossing as it was in the middle of a civil war, and we've not stopped until now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, oh god, yeah, because it's like, what moment did you have before that? Like, I think that you had when you were in Sunken City Bay, kind of, because you weren't really like rushing to beat anyone there. Like, you weren't.
No.
Excuse me, you weren't racing against the clock there. But ever since Charles Windrin and like trying to race to beat, maybe some moments in All's Crossing, I guess there was like a little bit there.
Yeah, a little bit.
Because that was just after you met Varnast, and that was like your one small bit of reprieve, like you had, because you had the Path of Peace, for the Etherans. So that was kind of interesting. But other than that, like, you guys have really never had like a week of downtime, or like a week of
No, exactly.
Hey, you're free, and the world's not going to end if you don't do anything for at least a couple days. Like, this is a first, so I'm excited for it. Okay, so by the way, that's just what I wanted to open up with. If anybody in the chat has any questions for either one of these two regarding their characters related to Ephera, please throw this in the chat. I'd love to ask them. So I want to focus on Cyrus right now. Just real quick, and we'll do that. We're gonna do that at the end of roll call, Jareth. So we have quite the situation going on with Cyrus, where Cyrus, you or Jamie, you told me during the session, you were like, during the fight with Agatha, you said, how hard can I push myself?
Yeah.
And I said, I was like, you know how to do it now, so you can. It's just gonna be a second wild magic surge. And you said, okay. So my question for you is, how often do you think Cyrus is gonna do that? Like, until he sees a negative effect, because right now he really hasn't.
And that's the thing, like, kind of. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, if you look back, I don't think he's ever had like a single really bad effect from it. Like, yeah, he's kind of aged a little, but even that wasn't too severe. And Cyrus is one of those guys where it's like, hey, age is just a number. But like, like, I don't know, because I think it's not going to be something that he's going to do with like a pack of bandits, for example. Like, but if it is something in like the scheme of like, a battle like Agatha, I don't know. I think he would just go like, right, fuck it. If I need to, let's just push this as far as I can go. And if it means taking a couple negative effects, I think he might just keep going. Because like, he's never like, other than like the Chaos Duel, he's never really gone all out. Because that moment after the Chaos Duel freaked him the fuck out. So I think it'll be far and few between, but like, few and far between, but like, if the moment calls for it, he's definitely gonna go full on chaos mode.
Yeah, it's like, if he needs to, like, there's, oh man, it's so scary. Like, there's no hesitation. Like, I will do what I have to do to not only preserve myself, but to make sure that my friends stay safe. And I think that's really interesting. Oh, Ooh, okay. We just got a question. I'm gonna take that. We're gonna go to Ryan and then Jamie. We're gonna hop back to you because we just got a question from Kayla. Ryan, this is a big one. This is one that I was gonna ask, but we can crack into this early. What does Agatha's death mean to and for Varnas? Like, what symbolically, what does this represent to him, and like actually, like literally, how does this affect him now?
Decent question. One that I haven't super had time to figure out because I always kind of try to play. I always try to really think about like what Varnas would do like in character, and I usually try to wait for there to kind of like be a moment to where he would reflect on it. Whereas like once she was dead, it like he almost died again. He's missing some teeth. Like Morganax almost died. Alec almost died. Doglin almost died. I mean, it was just a mess. And so there immediately was, he's so practical that the first reaction was just like, get her head, like do whatever. We need to go out. We need to stop the fighting because we need to make it clear that we've won. Like we have to worry about the bigger picture. And so I think this week of downtime is going to be really hard for Varnas because there's going to be a lot of reflection. For Agatha, she represented a part of his life that he's not particularly happy with himself about. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to go into too much detail about that just because I think it would be better to be explored in the campaign.
No, that makes sense.
But she represented a turning point in his life that he kind of wished he hadn't have made. And so I think there's going to be some reflections to where he feels like this is the beginning of basically like redemption or atonement for him. And he feels a lot more confident because Agatha, just with how powerful she was and just like how big she was, he's just like, he's not going to like underestimate like Duradine or the Governado because obviously like, they're men of power and they got where they got for like reasons. Mm-hmm. But he feels a lot better about taking them on because basically if it's like, if we can take on Agatha, we like those guys are not as powerful as she is. Like we really have a chance here. So there's a lot of things going through Varnas' mind right now. So it's kind of hard to answer that question without going into spoilers. But I think we'll learn more about that soon, especially if anyone in the group kind of talks to him about it.
Yeah, and it's kind of inevitable. You're gonna have to talk about it because like that's the thing, It was really funny. I don't know if anybody could tell, but I think that anybody who plays an RPG, they kind of run into this sometimes when they're playing and they you finish the thing, you beat the boss, and there is an instinct to be like, I want to loot the bodies. And it's like in that moment I was like, okay, you can do that, but you can hear there's still fighting going on behind you because they don't know that you beat Agatha. And it was so funny because I think LS wanted to try so hard to loot those bodies. She was like, I'm going to use Minor Illusion to write Agatha's dead in the sky. And I was like, okay. Doesn't affect what's going on inside the building. So I think that that's really funny because I liked what you said where like it was that moment like afterwards where there was a lot that you were trying to process. And I think that, that's kind of like, I think that moment can be chalked up to that because it's like, there's so much going on. Like, I don't know what comes next. I'm going to try and stick to what I know. And I'm just going to try and focus. And for Varnas, that was just like focusing on what's next. Like, what is the next step? Like, I don't think that Varnas like thinks too far ahead. Like after killing Agatha, it's not like he was like, okay, so when we go to attack New Afera, this is what we're going to do. It was like, okay, we need to cut off her head and we need to take it through. After we do that, then we can do the next part. Like it's very like 1, 2, 3 instead of like 1, 7, 54,
He's very practical like that. Like especially in New Verdalca when we've been planning, it's mainly been Varnas who's like, we're getting our head of ourselves. We cannot make this plan because we don't even know if the governor's on our side.
Yeah.
Like, so let's focus on that part and then we can talk about this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, he's very much like, I will focus everything on like the next step, maybe the next 2, but he does not try to go too far ahead because he just knows, based on his experiences in life, that life makes you take left turns all the time.
You know what's really funny
Multiple times in the same day.
You know what's really funny about Varnas and Cyrus?
What's that?
I think that they have that in common. Like I think that they don't. And Jamie, you feel free to interject, but like, how do you see like like, because whenever I think of Cyrus and whenever I think of the plans that he's interjected, it's always like, it's never 17 steps ahead. It's very like, let's get there and then let's do this first step and then let's improvise, you know?
Oh, that's absolutely. I mean, Cyrus is chaos through and through, like, in not just like his magic, but like literally personality. He's not going to like plan like 8 stages of a plan, because like you can get there and the fucking like you could be like, let's go to this village and recruit these people. You get there, oh no, the village has burned down. Well, shit, now what? So no, I think they are quite similar in terms of like Varnas's just a bit more of a realist, and I think Cyrus they plan things that probably similarly, but like Cyrus is an optimist and Varnas is definitely a realist.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
very true.
That is the big difference between the two. Okay, so we have the second part of the question from Kayla was for you, Jamie, which this is a really, really good one. What happens if the group doesn't immediately go back to Maya? How do you think that will affect Cyrus and how do you think that will affect Cyrus with not being able to drink? Like, will that really, really wear on him? And you said a little bit of something related to the drinking, but I'm really interested with like Maya and that relationship.
Well, I mean, he already felt like a bit of a shithead having to kind of, be like, oh, you can't come. So it's just going to keep layering onto that, really. But the thing is, like, again, very similar to Varnas, although he's trying to be positive about things, he knows that he just cannot risk that. Mm-hmm. Because, like, whether or not that, I mean, he obviously needs to, because again, Maya is very important to him, not just in terms of like the fact that Emriel has, got this other person, but like Cyrus doesn't know fucking anything about his memory is gone. Mm. So there's not just a connection of like Emriel there, but it's also like we can help each other. Like I can help you where Emriel helped me, but please help me with my memory.
Yeah, like where do I go next? What?
Yeah.
What is the next step for me? Yeah.
Exactly, but then at the same time, this is where it gets a bit like too not meta, but like if Cyrus keeps pushing himself with chaos, like if it does take us a while to get back towards crossing, if let's just say for argument's sake something horrible happens in New Vidalca, it wouldn't be the first time for Ephera.
True.
Many terrible things have happened in New Verdalca, so
yeah. And then he has to push chaos again. And what if he hears that voice again? If he can't drink to suppress that, I don't fucking know what's gonna happen. Because like he obviously awoken something when he did push chaos that hard the first time. When he was like I mean, like bending the weave is an understatement. He was like punching the weave in the kidneys during that fight.
He was really trying to do as much gosh darn damage as possible.
Yeah, so, like, if he hears that voice again, or if something fucky starts happening, I don't know how the, like, not drinking is going to affect him, because that's his only way he knows to, like, suppress a lot of the adverse shit from bending chaos. So, getting back to her is going to, like, suck for him, because, again, he made her a promise, but at the same time, he's also then worried, like, well, if I don't get back soon, what am I going to do if I can't drink?
Yeah.
So... yeah, it's tough.
Oh, there's so many different avenues and paths and sacrifices, Like, the sooner you get back to Maya, supposedly the sooner you can start drinking. But, if something does happen, do you sacrifice something there or do you get back to her? There's a lot of what ifs there, which I think is interesting because there's like so many different ways that Cyrus could, he could either get better or he could get really bad.
And, like, as much as he wouldn't want to abandon the party, like, if it got really bad, who's to say he wouldn't just take off and be like, I need to get towards crossing?
Yeah. Like, if things are bad there, I need to go now.
Yeah.
Man. Dang. That's good stuff. Okay. We have another question from Amoeba. This isn't directly related to, Ephera. Whew, man. I was looking at the word and I was trying to read it, and that was fun that my brain did that. This isn't related to Ephera directly, but I think that especially because you guys are coming to a thank you, Evan. But now obviously this isn't like the end of a story. This is just kind of the end of an arc, right? The Agatha Golden Shields arc. is ended now, and there's just some epilogue stuff we need to take care of next session. But Amoeba asked a question: how do you end a story? Obviously they can come to an end of the main story arc, but the players are not always done with their characters. How do you resolve that? So, I'll go ahead and get your guys' perspective as players. Is what do you want to see when a campaign's over and you go from levels 1 to whatever, and the campaign reaches a satisfying end? What do you want to see? What happens to your characters? And I'll kind of give a little insight on what I think is as a dungeon master for that.
Ryan, do you want to go?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of how to phrase the answer, but like it's interesting, especially with like Dungeons and Dragons. But like for me, it's hard. Usually, if I have because I don't ever have like a specific end goal in mind of my character, because sometimes I feel like really good stories usually evolve past the point where you intended to end them. And sometimes characters evolve like in ways that you don't expect.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can, especially in like Dungeons and Dragons, when there's so many unknowns, it's really hard to decide, like, do I have a specific point where I want Varnast to end? And my answer is no, because I don't know what experiences are going to keep happening to him that will cause him to change. In terms of kind of like what would I do once like the main story's over, I think I would just really think of Varnast as a character and his experiences. And I would just say, okay, with whatever years he has left, like what would be his next goal, and like what would be his next adventure, his next leg of the journey. And then, I would probably share it with the group, and then, with the audience if they wanted to know. But yeah, I mean, sometimes, because you can't role play like every single moment until the character, dies of old age or something like that. So there eventually has to be a point where you stop. So if the campaign ends and your character's still not in a place that you're satisfied with, I mean, I would just talk to your DM and see about maybe like a one-on-one shot to kind of discuss like this character's ending or something like that. I don't know. I feel like I'm not really answering the question, but I feel like that's a very complicated question, especially for D&D, because it really depends on how you play the game.
It really does. It really does. Because see, oh hi Mark.
Oh hi Mark.
Oh hi Mark. I agree with what you're saying generally, Ryan, because it depends on the type of campaign. Like, I can tell you right now, for Afera, Iverion, and Salamander Coast, when those 3 campaign ends, there's going to be your final session, and then there's going to be an epilogue session where we have, and not that type of BS, OMG, you're the first person to make that joke. There is, and we're not going to do it the Red Dead Redemption 2 style, where you have epilogue part 1 and part 2, because that's bad. That's not what an epilogue's supposed to be. But you have your final session where there's the big climactic boss fight, right? The BBEG, he dies, whatever, and your character may die during that fight. So me as a GM, what I do is I go to the players and I say, hey Ryan, hey Jamie, there's a chance that Cyrus or Varnast could die in this fight. If they don't, what does life look like for them after this? Because after this, technically, everything's fine. The world is better. It's in a better place. So what do they do? To give me details. Give me exact things they'd like to do. And then me as the DM, I look at what happens and I see if the players survive. And what I do is I write a epilogue where it's pretty much just like a 3.5 hour long cutscene with optional dialogue where, I'll go through and I'll say, okay, so starting off, the great tyrant with Yabba was killed and destroyed. And the fight, there's much celebration and revelry and yada, yada, yada. And our adventurers, they depart from one another. Their story has concluded. They've done what they've needed to do. So we'll start with Varnast. And then I would go through, in Varnast, you yada, 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 describing the character, giving the characters a lot of pomp and circumstance. Because as proud as you are of your story as a GM, your players are very proud of their characters too. Probably about the same, because it's equal, right? Obviously, as a GM, you can say, well, I do so much more work. And if you're thinking about it like that, you should try and flip the narrative, right? You are doing the amount of work that you signed up for, and they're doing the amount of work they signed up for. So you should reward them for working hard, right? I mean, you'd want that if you were working at a job. Obviously, the manager does more than you, but you still want to be rewarded. You still want to be treated nice for what you do. So I give the players the pomp and circumstance they deserve. I make them feel cool. I make them feel good. And Mark brought up a great one. Where in the Guardians of Fate one, which was a wonderful campaign, but Kiki, his character, was offered a potion of youth, and as a lizard folk, he only lived for like 40 years. And he was offered the potion of youth to just start over, right? Start over from the very beginning, and have a second chance at life. And because he had a very violent life growing up. So with that second chance, he was able to, and I gave them the choice in the epilogue. And then I just kind of made it up from there. You know, I improvised a little bit. Like, okay, so since you do that, you do this, this, and this. And making it a part of the world and making it seem very real and very authentic. And I don't know, it goes a long way that if you seem like you care too, like if you just kind of speed through it and get to what happened to your world, then the players are going to kind of be like, "Meow." But if you just enjoy their character story and you enjoy what their character got to do, and the players can tell, then even if the player and the character didn't get 100% satisfaction out of the arc they got from their character in the campaign, they're still going to feel good knowing that that character got, you know, at least a proper send-off. I know I talked for a long time about that, but that's epilogues are one of my favorite things in stories and Dungeons and Dragons, so I'm passionate. What about you, Jamie? I feel like I talked a lot. What do you think? Like, what is important for you when you finish a campaign?
I don't know. I've got a bit of a hot take on it.
Let's hear it.
Because humans are deeply flawed, and therefore characters have got. I mean, look at Cyrus. Cyrus has got a bunch of fucking flaws. I don't always think that it's going to be necessarily an entirely happy ending for a character. Like, you know, it could be this epilogue of this is where they end up, but that doesn't necessarily mean it has to be this happy resolved ending. There could be a bunch of regret or like a bunch of things that hasn't gone quite the way they thought it should, or they still think, well, fuck, I could have done that better. And I don't know, I think there's, again, it's very dependent on, you know, what leads you to that point in that campaign, because obviously at that point, you know, whatever level you are, there's been a bunch of shit that's happened. And I don't know, I think there's quite an interesting, like, it's worth a look to be like, you know what, actually my character might not have a happy ending. Like, you know, you could have done something throughout the campaign that's got you did what you had to do, but that character is just riddled with PTSD with the amount of shit they've had to do just to get to that point. They might not live a happy life at the end of it. And I'm not saying that's a nice ending, but
it's real though. It's real.
Yeah, exactly. And like, I think that might work for a certain character. Like, you know, you might be like, do you know what? No, this character didn't have a nice ending.
And I think that that's really interesting because, you know, I mean, just because Kiki's now been brought up once, Kazurkek Choksada, his real name, I don't think that he necessarily had a happy life afterwards. I think that it was a lot of him repenting, you know, and him trying to do good for all of the death and harm that he caused to people. And that's not a happy ending. That's a really sad ending where you did so much terrible stuff, you get a second chance at life, and all you do in that second chance is you just try to make things better. Or try to repent and do good deeds to outweigh the old bad deeds. That's rough. Like, that's not great. It's super narratively satisfying. And I think that's what you have to you shouldn't aim for happy endings. You should aim for satisfying endings. Yeah, I think it's more of an upturn or downturn rather than purely happy or purely sad. Kiki had an upturn. Yeah. Where it's just kind of like, it's just on the upswing or on the downswing, you know? And for some people, like, I think that for somebody like Sayla, you know, when they retire, that's not gonna be an upturn. That's a downturn, you know? The thing
Yeah.
she's good at, she's not good at anymore, and she has to find something else now. I think. Oh, go ahead.
I just had a quite morbid thought since Jamie brought this up. Actually,
Okay.
it occurs to me that unless she dies of battle, Alex Silverfoot's going to be around a lot longer than her friends that she's connected so closely
Oh
with.
shit, yeah, that's a good point.
Like, she's going to live a very, very long time unless she dies in battle.
Yeah.
So she will spend like 80% of her life like without these people
Yeah.
at some point.
Well, elves do live less as long.
Oh, do they? Okay.
Yeah, but no, it's still a size up 50% of your life without your friends. Like, that's still crazy because it's like 250, 275. But then,
Oh, okay, it's
her
700 or
Yeah,
something
no.
like that.
no, but her spirit still lives
Like Lord
on.
of the Ring elves.
Yeah, just immortal. But no, like, I mean, she still has her whole ancestral forest, like when she dies, where she still lives on. And she's surrounded by her ancestors, but, you know, how much do her ancestors really mean after everything the party is still going to go through? Obviously, they do mean something, but would she rather be surrounded by, you know, Grandma Tala and Logan Silverfoot, or would she rather be surrounded by Cyrus and Varnast and Morganix and Sayla? Like, at what point does the party mean more to her than her family? Has that already happened? I don't know. And ooh, that's spicy. Oh, wow. And I don't know, maybe Kayla has the answer because she said lull. But yeah, I don't know. Spicy.
Anyway,
I like it. No, that was a good point, Ryan. All right. Let's see. Are there any other questions? Your game is not an emotional roller coaster. Yeah,
how dare you?
I think no, their game's not yeah. Well, how dare you not have an emotional roller coaster of a game? But still trying to figure out how to end it. Technically still alive. Turn, downturn, Kiki, and upturn. Damn, that's depressing. Lol, spicy. Okay, cool. So now this is gonna be an I want type thing. Okay. Obviously, the Golden Cove has got a lot of stuff in it. It's got a lot of money. It's got a lot of what have you. So if your character, right, what's the one thing they want to find here? Like, if they could find any type of like magic item or thing in this Golden Cove, what would that thing be?
If I could find my teeth that got knocked out, that'd be
Oh God.
because it was plural. Like, it wasn't just one. Like, several teeth got bashed out by Agatha.
It adds character. It adds character.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get like gold teeth put in.
I could.
Varnast doesn't want a grill?
Not particularly.
No.
but I will need to figure something out about that.
Nah, it's fine. Varnast will just switch to soup.
Just soup.
It'll just add to his character. Yeah, it's fine.
Varnast will just always have to be like, "Hey everybody, it's me, Varnast.
Yeah.
I'm here."
A leadership factor. This will allow Alex to step up. It's perfect.
I did it on purpose.
All right, sorry, I totally derailed the original purpose of
Oh,
your
that's okay.
question. It's
And it doesn't have to be a specific thing. Like, it could just be like something that does blank, you know?
something very thematic for Varnast that I think would be cool is if he found a Cloak of the Manta Ray. I feel like that'd be pretty baller.
Oh yeah. That would be
Just,
pretty cool.
Yeah, just like being able to like swim and breathe underwater and stuff like that. That feels very him.
Yeah.
So that'd be cool.
Because then he
I
could
don't
have a
wanna
moment
find
like
plate mail.
go ahead.
I don't want to find plate mail because I just spent a bunch of money on this splint. So if I immediately upgrade like a session later, I'm gonna be super annoyed.
Yeah, but what if you just take Agatha's plate and you have it retrofitted for yourself?
That's not happening.
That's oh damn. That's really funny.
Plus, didn't it break? Like, didn't it like kind of not like shattered, but like it was kind of like torn apart?
It was broken apart. It could be remade. I mean, it would be not cheap, but it'd also be cheaper than buying plate mail outright.
At the most, I could see him like reworking it and like creating like a pauldron for himself as like a reminder, but he wouldn't just like take hers and put it on. He'd want it to be like remade because, you know, for the symbolism, not
get the stank off of it.
Yeah, exactly.
All that racism needs to really be really needs to be brushed off before Varnest puts it on.
Yeah. All that just evil, as we like to call it, needs to get off.
Yeah.
I think like a cloak manta ray would be cool.
That would be cool.
That'd
yeah,
be my pick.
Something thematic with water.
Yeah.
What about Cyrus? What is Cyrus's I want?
I don't know, man. I think for Cyrus it'd be something kind of thematic as well, but like, I don't really have anything specific in mind. I mean, obviously I don't, because we could go in there and it's like, you open the door, yeah, it's gone. They burned it all.
They would.
The moment the fight starts, like, oh, let's just fucking torch it. No, I don't know, man. Like maybe some new threads, maybe, because he's a squishy boy. Like if people really wanted to kill him, they'll do a good job. Or maybe even something to like channel his fire more. I don't know. I think something thematic and like kind of, you know, whether it's a bit like a cool thing to channel his fire more, or just some new threads.
Yeah,
I could. You know, he's ditching that noble regal look. Maybe something a bit more practical.
I could totally see Cyrus picking up like a Stone of Luck, and that totally seems like a Cyrus item.
Sorry, I was just laughing because I don't know if Gemma's listening right now, but Gemma knows one of the things that's in there.
Shoot.
Yeah. It's really funny. It just made me laugh.
Is it a trinket that if you pass or you fail a saving throw, you can say ka-chow and you get like an additional D4 to try again?
That's the one. But that's a
ka-chow, and you regain your balance.
That's the one, but there's going to be somebody in there. There's going to be like a small 15-year-old girl with runes all over her who's going to be in there, and she's going to take it and disappear before you can get it.
Out there.
Yeah.
Punk.
Twig is an eldritch being, by the way. Jamie, why you gotta do me like this? Okay, that's good to know.
So I know we don't have a lot of time, but I had a question. Unless you had like one you wanted to end it on.
Oh no.
I'm just curious. For all of us, what was your favorite moment from this last session? Like, I know it's a simple question, but I like hearing what people enjoyed.
Oh, fuck you, Brian.
Don't rush the answer. It's fine.
Honestly, like, God, it was the fight itself, because like I can't describe, like, because I'm normally pretty confident with everything we've done so far in Afera. Even shit when it's gone badly, I'm always like, do you know what? It'll be fine. But it was like, the moment we walked in that room, I cannot describe the absolute dread and anxiety I had when I saw all of the units. I was like, oh, this is fucking bad. Someone's gonna die.
It was
so they almost.
Yeah, like, I think honestly, just the fight itself, just the fact that no one died was awesome, because like, goddamn, it was close.
Yeah, all it took was if Sayla hadn't swapped her sword to the healing one, I think that
that's it. Yeah,
Varnest would be dead.
Yeah,
he would be. Yeah, that's what we were saying last night. Actually, is like, if Sayla would not have gotten that sneak attack, it would not have been enough to get her to that negative hit point threshold that she was at. That she needed to be at.
Dramatic after like fucking Cyrus tearing her apart, that she actually still uses that healing sword to be like, I'm still gonna save you all.
Yeah, exactly. And after, especially because she was so, and I felt so bad for Sarah, but Sayla was so dog shit during that fight, where she just could not get hits at all. Oh
Oh no, there was so many, and that's the thing with
Dude.
rogues. Like, if you don't get at least your initial hit, it's fucking over.
I mean, I wasn't really hitting anyone that much either. Like, I did not do well.
Yeah,
I
I
gotta
guess.
use those area effects like fireball, my guy.
I know.
Dude,
Well,
I
he
got
tried.
counterspell.
Yeah, because the shatter would have killed the mage. You guys were good. You guys were good tacticians during that fight, though. Like targeting the mage, that was the best choice you could have made because he could have made things really, really, really bad.
Target the mage or the healer.
Yeah, that's always gotta get those guys out first. Oh man, that
What about you?
Morganix thing made me real nervous too. Ooh, like when she fell. Ah.
Oh, that was bad.
Yeah, that was miserable.
Yeah. Oh god, there were just so many close calls. Like and that's the like I still can't get over like if that sneak attack because that would have been Varnas dead.
Yeah,
it would have. Like
there's no way Agatha would not have used her legendary action to just punch him one more time and kill him.
At the end of Sayla's turn, just
that's the thing. I feel like Agatha was that spiteful that she'd have been willing to die and not like defend herself as long as she took Varnas down with her.
Yeah,
I think she just knew she couldn't win and that there was no surrender. Like she just knew that we wanted her dead. So if she knew she was gonna die, she just would have taken whoever she could with her.
But especially Varnas.
Especially me. Especially after what I did to her leg.
Yeah, exactly. Like at that point, all right, fucking blow for blow. And it was probably one of those moments where like she like got you down like and she was on top of you and did the 1 to knock you out and the 2 to do the 2 failed death saves and then she like brought both of her fists up and was gonna slam it down right on your nose bone and then Sayla just stepped up behind and just whoosh, slit her throat.
Yep.
Oh God. Damn. Fuck. So good.
What was your favorite moment, Joe?
Oh, that one was pretty good. I also really enjoyed Alex's speech because I think that whole sequence, like those 2 hours after Alex's speech and talking to the governor and the because like her just dropping the ring, like dropping the disguise and just being like, I am Alvlic Silverfoot, son of or daughter of Logan Silverfoot, Warden of the North, like and just going and like the power move that is of getting up and then moving till he's like sitting on the other side of the table and then sitting down.
It was also a bit of Django Unchained being like, you had my curiosity, now you've got my attention.
Yeah. So I almost said it, but the wine was good enough. I would have been a little too on the nose. I also think that the moment with Lawbearer Annika, like just the shared camaraderie that you guys would have had, because I know that if you guys would have gone to her, she would have wanted to help you so bad, but she's lawful. Like, she is lawful. Or, like, she obeys the orders of the governor no matter what. And as much as she hates that sometimes, that's the pledge she took. She has to do that. So the fact that she got the letter from the governor, it was like, this is happening. They were arrested, and you need to take them to Agatha. Like, I loved how cheeky that was.
Yeah.
You know? Like, it was a nice, wholesome moment before the shit show that was that fight. I just love, like, such a vivid, like, before and afters like that. Or, like, such a stark contrast between the two, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I'd say that was my favorite moment. Woo! Alrighty.
Yeah, Varnas is definitely going to be talking to her next session, and I'm looking forward to that chat.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's definitely some things he wants to kind of check in on her with. So,
next session is going to be wild. Ooh, not wild, but just like a lot of fun and a lot of good conversations and a lot of good stuff in general. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it'll be like the Tales of Ba Sing Se from Avatar.
Oh my God! Oh, brave soldier boy. Come marching home. Oh my God, I'm gonna cry. Okay, well, that's all the time we have for Afera. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Jamie, for coming. Mm-hmm. I appreciate both of you greatly. Both of you are wonderful. Do you have any final thoughts? Anything that you want to share? Before you head out.
Friday at 4 p.m. CST. It's never too late to join. Just start following along. It's a great campaign. Best I've been a part of.
Yeah, literally.
I echo those thoughts, and also would always recommend anyone go and watch Neil Breen. He's a visionary.
That's it, Jamie. You're
God
getting
damn
removed.
it.
You're removed from the chat. It's over. How dare you bring him into this house? Unless Neil Breen, you want to sponsor the if you want to sponsor the campaign, feel free. I would.
Oh my god, no! Fuck any like actual sponsors. If we ever got Neil Breen to sponsor this, then I'm done. I'm done with life. I've completed life. Life satisfied.
Wormwood, I don't care. Hero Forge, VTT, get out of here. Neil Breen, welcome to the family. We love you.
Wars of the Pharaoh is brought to you by the sequel to Twisted Pair.
Oh my
Can you
god.
imagine if we got Neil Breen to do a guest spot where he just came on as
Stop! I can only take so much.
You all are going to die now.
I haven't been working on my book. I've been hacking into the most secret government secrets. The most secret.
You should probably stop before Jamie like actually freaks out about this opportunity.
Oh god, yeah.
Please don't. I will email him right now, so don't tempt me.
Alright.
Oh man. Alrighty, cool. Well, see you later, guys. And Gemma and Lisa, you guys can go ahead and join now. And I guess Ryan, Jamie, I'll see you later.
Till next time.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, and let's get and there we
I
go.
guess I'll just put in here instead.
I
Maybe-
I brought you in. Uh-oh, but where am I at? That's awkward. Hey, there I am. Oh, wait a second. That's really funny. Why
Oh
is it
no, I
doing
need to
that?
fucking mute this stream. This is no. Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Man, this is awesome. I have no
end the stream
clue.
now.
End the stream now. It's over. That's sound, please. Okay. Hi there. All I was saying is I have no idea what happened. Streamlabs just crashed because I was trying to fix something. But we're back now. So welcome back to Roll Call. We had to have a quick intermission there because, you know, it's such a long show. That's the only reason that happened. Because everything I do is on purpose and nothing is an accident. Speaking of, definitely not accidents. That was such a weird transition. I'm sorry, I've got a lot of weird energy right now. We have Twig and Eurydice, who everything about them is wonderful and amazing. And Twig, Eurydice, if you'd like to introduce yourself, say what campaign you play in, and what your real name is.
Why, hello there.
Hello.
I am Gemma.
Gemma?
I'm Gemma. I play Twig. And else? No, Kachows. I'm Kachow free. Since probably like 5 minutes ago. Anyway.
Well, you did just say it, but...
When it's in that context, it doesn't count.
Yeah, sit in that silence. You know it counts.
Alright.
Alrighty, and so that is that's Gemma and Lisa.
Hi, I'm Lisa, and I play Eurydice in Isles of Vivarium, not the person who makes questionable decisions.
Definitely, yeah.
Total innocent.
The person who plays Eurydice in the campaign is a different person than this Lisa.
Yeah.
In case
Absolutely.
anybody was curious, yeah. Alrighty. Well, we have got quite the conversation we need to have because the children. Twig is not an accident. Twig is not an accident, and demonic sugar daddy. There we go. That's actually a good segue into what that I want to open up the conversation with. Both of you, you had some stuff going on last session, so I'd love to hear what you think about your perspective things. You know, I think that obviously, you know, Twig, if you don't want to talk about why you decided to take that piece of paper, that's okay. I understand if you want to keep things secret. But we'll start with Eurydice because Lisa, you told me already your sort of idea and thinking, hi Trouble, behind what Eurydice did. But I think that some stuff, that's an understatement. I want you to go ahead and let everybody know, in terms of specifically related to Eurydice deciding to wish that halfling woman, that priest of Palor, dead. What was the rationale that you gave to me?
Oh dear. So, right. My rationale for that moment is that I keep a track of what has been happening that day. For a start, that whole day was absolutely nuts. They nearly died, they nearly got arrested, they had all these different things happening. And at the same time, after spending 6 hours in a temple, Eurydice finds out she was not born where she thought she was not normal, her parents made a deal with a demon to have her. That Day has been watching her whole life, has been planning for her this whole life. And it's completely jarring to her. Like, it's like everything that she actually believed that she was is not true. It's completely wrong. And at this point, she's thinking, right, so you've been watching me and had a hand in my birth for what? What is this reason I have to know? And as well, the fact that you made it in such a way that she couldn't see this woman, she couldn't hear her, she didn't have to do anything other than just think about it, made it so removed from her and made this woman seem almost not real. To the point where, in the moment, it was so easy to do it, just in exchange for this information. But that doesn't mean that she doesn't care. And I think that when she really is out of that moment and has a minute to breathe, she is going to absolutely break down and sob her eyes out and regret everything. Mm-hmm. And I really feel for her in that respect. But yeah, that was why she did that, as well as there was the comment made of, I killed those people for you. And as horrible as it is, it's kind of also a little bit of, well, I killed all those people, so what's one more? Mm-hmm. So yeah.
Yeah, and that's tough stuff, you know, because like, what? Oh man, it's just like, it's such an awkward situation, you know. And I think that rationale really hits the nail on the head. Like, it makes a lot of sense to me why she did it. Like, I get it, you know, especially after everything that happened that day and spending 6 hours poring over old tomes to really think that it's just between you and some weird dwarf who was born with, like, dragon-like qualities. You know, like, that's... Oh, it's a lot. And then being confronted and hearing at least a little bit of the truth, right? It's very manipulative on his part. Very manipulative. Like, I'm going to make sure that you are in the worst possible position, so when I give you an offer, you can't refuse it. Because, you know, it's very deeply flawed of her to do that. And I don't mean flawed in a bad way. I mean in a really, really good way, because she's a humanoid. I'm not going to say human because she's an elf, but it's very human of her to do that. It's very human-like to, you know, it reminds me of being in like a, obviously it's not exactly like, because, you know, when you're in a bad, you know, a mentally abusive relationship, typically your abuser is not a demon lord or a devil lord or whatever, a giant fiend guy. Hi, Trouble. I don't think you want to be on my desk right now. Oh no, you're gonna come over here? Okay, well, if you're gonna be over here, you at least gotta be on camera, okay?
Trouble deserves to be here.
Oh yeah.
Alright.
Trouble is the appeal.
All right.
He feels like replaced by a little dragon, so...
Yeah, oh my god.
Oh! Where are you going, huh? Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Oh, you good? All right. That was awkward. Oh, man. You good? Yeah, he's good. So, I think that I love it because of how flawed it is. And I'm not mad about the situation. I didn't think you were gonna do it.
Really?
I really didn't think you were gonna do it because, like, that woman, like, your quote even, like, let me pull up your Eurydice quote real quick.
Don't.
Because no, it's so necessary. Let me pull it up on the screen real quick. Because it is so, it's oh my god, it's so good because obviously exterior wise, she is all about helping people and making sure people, you know, are happy and safe. Like that one, you know, addict that's in those crystal caves. Like, she so badly wants to go back and help him. But if we go to her slide here, there we go. Yeah, right here. Let me not cover up Twig. Let me make that a little bit bigger. Right, I'll just cover up both of you. I just want to be kind, really. A great deal of bad things can be stopped by a simple act of kindness.
Yeah. I don't want people to think that is not what Yuri thinks. I don't want people to think, oh, well, that's a lie, because it's not.
Mm-hmm.
She does feel for people. She felt for the addict. She feels for these people. And I think that you guys have kind of seen a little bit of duality with her.
Mm-hmm.
And she's being manipulated partly. She was desperate, she was strained, and it's gonna come out as well in how she reacts to having done what she did. And I know you said that you didn't expect her to do it. Neither did I. It's a really weird thing to say for a character that you play.
Yeah.
But I didn't expect her to do it either. And it was so crazy that she did. And I feel so bad that I did it. But at the same time, it was a really important moment.
Mm-hmm.
Really. And it's important for the story because, like, I didn't know what it was going to reveal. But can you, like, the stuff that was revealed in that moment, I don't feel bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't feel bad for doing it.
Which that's really, really, really interesting to me. But you know, it's when you take away the stakes and the not the stakes. Stakes isn't the right word, but it's like the thing, you know. I think there was a movie that came out forever ago where it was like, all you have to do is you press a button, 10 people die, and you get $1 million. You know, it's like, I could really use $1 million right now, and I don't know these 10 people. They just die, and I don't have to do anything. Nope, nothing. That is such a difficult question, you know, and I guess I thought that it was more 50-50, you know, but it was still rough. But I'm glad she made the decision she did, because it's so interesting and it provides so much depth to the character in a way that hasn't exactly come up yet, you know? Like, obviously, the party hasn't seen her backstory, you know? They've gotten teases of it, but, like, the players have, but the party hasn't. So this is something that is, very...
spicy.
Yes, very spicy. Very it's very good. Okay, real quick, I want to get to your question, Onion. But I'm gonna hop to Twig real quick, and then we'll hop back to Gemma, or then we'll hop back to Lisa.
Yeah.
So Gemma, do you want to talk about it, or do you want to keep it a little secret?
Obviously there's something that I can't really talk about, but like, God, I even forgot what the original question was. But it was about just like finding out. God, it went on such a tangent. I'm sorry. I'm trash.
No, you're good. No, it was really just like the thing that she found in the archives, you know. How does that affect Twig? Oh, bye, Amoeba. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you. How does that affect her and kind of her plan now, or the way that she approaches things? Does it affect her at all? Does it not? Does it, like, what does that do for her?
Very much does. And I think it's no secret, like, she fucking calls herself Twig. Like, she's not a very, like, I guess, forthcoming person with that kind of information. And so in her mind, seeing that in that book, was very much like a threat. And she saw that as like a real danger. And so, you know, as far as she's aware, like the information doesn't exist anymore because, you know, she's torn out that page, she's destroyed it, and like she's got other plans for what she's going to do for it. But that's very much something that, like, seeing that there was like scary for her.
Yeah.
She's tried very hard to, like, you know, she's just Twig, like, it's fine. So to see that, it's like, you know, it's a realization, I guess, that you can't get away from, like, everything. That things, like, still exist, like, apart from, like, her in person, I guess. But, yeah. Hard to get into, like, too much wabout it, but, like, I mean... fucking Lisa was on my ass about not sharing it with Eurydice, but, like... Especially considering, like, Twig's in on Yuri's thing, but, like, it's different, I guess, because Twig was the one that discovered it, like...
Yeah, that's why...
better insight, I guess.
Well, that's why I was really specific about, like, who's starting where and who's going what direction, you know?
Yeah.
Because think about how different it would be if Eurydice made all the discoveries and said to the party, yeah, there's 3 people. Well, so there's 2 people. There's this Grace person, and then there's this Simon person. Like, I imagine how different things would have played out if that would have been it. Woo! Woo!
Yeah, and it's very much like with some of the information that was in it, like, I still don't know how Twig's gonna, like, you know, react.
How does she process, and how does she... Yeah, what exactly changes? But obviously you don't want to get too far into that, because that's stuff that'll be revealed in the campaign. We don't want to talk too much about that. I just kind of wanted to know your guys' like first impressions on that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, all right. So we'll hop back to Lisa here. So what are Eurydice's thoughts on Day? Does Yuri trust that he would keep his word? And has he done anything for Yuri in the past to prove that his word is to be trusted?
Okay, so, you gotta be a little bit careful with this one, because obviously there is history to Day and Eurydice that I can't talk about. But, I think from what we've seen, there have been encounters between Yuri and Day before she found out that he lied to her. Well, maybe not lied so much, but obviously she didn't know that he had been basically known about her since her birth, that he was talking to her parents. She had no idea about that. And before she knew that, from what you can gather, she did trust him. Like, she saw him almost as like a sort of fatherly figure, a little bit, like when they met back in the villa, and he was talking to her and talking about these great plans. She's like, yeah, I want to. Just let me do this one thing. And obviously, like, there was like a not so bad kind of relationship there. I will say, the first interaction they had, as is the nature of some campaigns, we did revise a little bit after that how she felt about him, with a little more like conversations and just talking about it, clearing up things about the deal and things like that. She was fairly okay with him. She did trust him. I mean, like, he's the one who gave her these powers and helped her in some way. So she just trusts him. But now so much she is struggling with that trust, because he's obviously broken it. He has done things in the past. Not so much to maybe prove his word, but he has done things for her, like given her the power that she has, and obviously based on her reaction to him threatening to take it away, she does care quite a lot about those powers. And the idea of having him just take them was something that she was very much not happy with.
Okay. And then obviously that checks out to me. Like, and that's the thing, obviously I can't talk much about it either, but his big thing is trying to make sure that you are in a moment of emotional weakness so he can capitalize on it, so he can get honesty out of you. Like, obviously, you know, him saying, like, he knew before he said it that he can't actually take your powers away. That's a gift and you have it now. But him saying that and you not knowing the answer, it showed to him that you do want it. Because if you would have said, I don't want it, that would have been awkward. That would have been like really, really awkward. Because it's like, it's like when a parent threatens to ground their child, but then they really don't have like or like when the babysitters threaten to ground the child, but the babysitters haven't double checked with the parents that they can actually ground them. And it's like, oh shit, well now, fuck, I gotta find a way to do that now or else, shit, that's not good. But I think that's it's interesting to see how attached she really is today, especially from my perspective. You're grounded. Okay, goes upstairs and plays Mario 64 instead. God, I'm old. It's okay, Jamie. You're fine. Okay. Did you have anything else you wanted to add to that, Lisa?
The only thing I'd say is that from this point on, I think her relationship with Day is going to change a little bit because there's a lot happening in terms of he is actually offering, I can give you back your parents. Like I can reverse things for you.
Mm-hmm.
And while she is struggling with the idea that he has lied, he is making her do these things that she has to kill someone in the future. She is being very much tethered by these powers and by the promises he is making. And I think that their relationship from now is going to be very complicated.
Yeah, and the thing is, how often are they going to speak, you know? Like, it really just depends. How often is Eurydice going to do... Because the only time that he's really ever speak to you as of late, ever since you left home, was whenever you messed up. Or whenever you did something really good, you know, that made him really proud of you, you know? Obviously reaching level 3 and you know, embracing these powers more. He was like, here, I brought a present for you. This is yours now. Enjoy. But the other 2 times out of the 3 times you've talked to him, it was after you did something bad. After you got knocked unconscious, you know? Something that he told you explicitly. You need to care more about yourself. Because I need you. It's never... it's never because I want you to succeed. Just because. It's you need to succeed so I can. Man. Selfish. It gives me poopy feelings. Because I never like being that mean or like manipulative to people in general, but especially my players, you know, because I feel like, you know, you guys are very cool and I like you a lot, so sometimes I feel bad being so mean to your characters sometimes. But yeah. Okay, cool. Let's see. I saw a question from Aquila for Twig. Would there be a point where Twig would open up to the party? Would there be a line that Eurydice... Okay, so this is a 2-part question. So we'll hop to Twig and then hop back to Eurydice. Would there be a point where Twig would open up to the party? Like, what boxes need to be checked for Twig to have them finally open up to her? Or for Twig to open up to them?
See, I feel like this is a little spicy for Twig. Thinking about it, like, obviously the first thing is, like, you know, knowing that she can trust these people, that these people are safe, which, like, honestly, like, with, like, the way that the party's been acting, like, I don't think that's going to be a hard, like, box to tick off, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like there's something a bit deeper with Twig, where it's not that she doesn't trust the party, that she just doesn't trust, like, I guess, exterior forces, so to say. That, like, she needs to be in a place where she knows that she can not only trust the party, but, like, you know, I guess trust that things will be okay with the party, and that, you know, what she does isn't going to have, you know, I guess, larger consequences and larger danger, because she's coming from very flawed, I guess, outlooks and ways of looking at the world. And I think so a lot of what's keeping her boxed up is a little bit deeper than just being able to trust people.
Okay. Yeah. I think I'm picking up what you're putting down. And that's... That's interesting.
Trying to dance around things a little, but you know.
No, I get you. I get you. I get you. But still really interesting though. It's difficult because we're so early on in not Salamander Coast, in Isles, where it's like what, session 12, right? That's what we just had.
Sure.
Session 12, and you know, that's 3 months of campaign, and there's how many more, you know, who knows how many more months, you know, hopefully many, at the, you know, and at the core, when is Twig opening up, and when does the party finally trust each other with their secrets? And that's a good question for any one of the campaigns, because I feel like there are even still secrets between Farah, at least in a few aspects. But big oof. It makes me excited to think about, you know, the day that Twig does open up. I think that's really interesting. And really, it's going to be so much fun.
I don't know, because like I feel like with Twig, I feel like she's generally not a secretive person. She's just a person that has secrets. Like, she very much is able to open up. It's just some things will just remain closed to her.
Yeah, because it's also different when you're 15, you know? Like, me as a 20-whatever-year-old, you know, if I become good friends with somebody, I'm willing to share quite a few secrets with them, because I've had more life experiences, and I've shared more secrets with people. But for a 15-year-old who, you know, had life experiences like Twig, sharing secrets with somebody is not something that's all that common, you know? And so it's interesting. I keep saying that because it is. This campaign's so early on, and same as Salamander Coast, there's so many secrets, and that's just so cool to me to think about, like, which one's going to come out first. Like, which Twig secret is going to be coming out first? I don't know.
Place your bets now.
Okay. Did you want to add anything else to that about her opening up to the party, or do you think we kind of hit the nail on the head there?
Very much just, it will happen. It's just a matter of when.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Back to Yuri. Would there be a line that Yuri would not cross even if Day asked her to? I think I might even know the answer to this one. What do you think, Lisa?
That's a really, really good question. Obviously, murder is not a line. That is not where the line is, because she has, if it is, she's crossed that one. She has hurt people for Day.
Mm-hmm.
Quite badly. She has killed people. She has done all these things. She has lied. But no, I really don't, because I feel like as much as Day is an important part of her life, and an important sort of like almost like a constant thing, and this figure who was almost like been a parent kind of, this party of people, like I've said it before, like Yuri has said it before, but they are probably the people in the world who she's closest to, like, ever, apart from her family. And I think the longer this game goes on, the more close and attached she's going to get, especially to, like, in different ways. I mean, her and Grok are close in the way that they both share this common feeling of, like, they have a debt to pay, but neither of them really want to open up about it, and that's fine. And they just have this kind of really good kind of buddy relationship. She feels almost motherly towards Twig in a way. Like, she just wants to help her. She just wants to give her advice. She just wants to be sure she's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then Izzy, she trusts with these secrets and trying to, like, help her research stuff. And then Nalfian. She really likes Nalfian. And, she doesn't really know how she feels totally yet, but she does really like him. Mm-hmm. And the longer we go on, the stronger those feelings are going to get. And I think the day that Day asks her to betray them, betray that party and those people who don't want anything from her like he does. Like, they just like her. Like, he wants things, they don't. The day that he asks her to betray them, I think might be the day where that's a line she won't cross.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that is a I feel like I'm going to say the word wrong. Friendship dates. Precocious?
It's precocious.
Precocious? Yeah. It's a very dangerous place to go down as a GM. to have a patron of a warlock or anything, of a cleric, a paladin, to come to a player and say, hey, these people that you've been playing a campaign with for the past year and a half, these people that you've probably in-game known for longer, yeah, I need you to try and kill them. It's a very dangerous road to go down, because if you don't walk it correctly, it could be quite awkward. PvP can be cool in like a battle royale. Tune in February 6th to see the battle royale between four of the Isles characters, and then 3 Salamander Coast and 1 Afera person. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But in a battle royale, it's different because the stakes aren't there. Like, sure, you get a prize, but like, you don't lose your character in your campaign. But if Eurydice had to kill Twig when they're both level 10,
yeah, I don't know about like PvP. I mean, I definitely like, I don't know, if they asked her to lie to them in a bad way, withhold information. If he asked her to try and distance herself from Nalfion for a thing, this is like a line of thought that's come up. Like, what if he doesn't like that they're getting close, and he asks her to try and like hurt him or something? I really don't know if she'd do it at that point, because I feel like she just feels so secure and so like, finally somebody or something who just likes me
as a friend,
and then as a friend,
of course.
But the idea of then having to just get rid of that would be, I think, maybe a bit too much.
Let's see.
Don't. I can feel you taking notes.
What do you mean? Okay, so real quick, we have 2 questions here. For one, this is an odd one. I know that Lisa, you've been staying fairly up to date with Salamander Coast, and Gemma, I know that I talked to you quite a bit about it, but Twig and Cecily have kind of a similar, and this is just a quick one, but they have a similar approach to the party, and they're both, it's funny because they're both 15-year-old girls, except one's a wild, or a chaos, or a wild magic sorcerer, and the other one is an Gloomstalker Ranger. So they both have different vibes. As Cecily was a street urchin, and Twig is she's like a nature gal. That's the official 5th edition background, by the way, nature gal.
Oh yeah.
But Lisa, who do you think out of those 2 will open up first to their respective parties?
Oh, okay. So, been a really big fan of like Salamander Coast for a long time, and see, the thing is, I feel like Cecily is more likely to try and keep secrets than Twig is. Whereas Twig is more likely to just come out with it if it comes up. But Cecily seems to, I think, be developing a bit of a connection with like Desmond, and I mean, she kind of did talk to him a little bit, like on the last sessions when they were just kind of sitting together. And I don't know. I feel like Cecily is learning to trust a bit quicker than Twig is. So if I had to bet on it, I would probably say Cecily.
Okay, and then Gemma, just from what you know about Cecily, right? That street urchin type of attitude, very Ellie from Last of Us versus Twig. In your expert opinion, being one of those 2 people, who do you think would be willing to spill the beans first?
Yeah, look, I'm not caught up on the Cecily lore, but I genuinely think that Gemma bad. I genuinely think that Twig will probably open up more, like, at least for like deeper stuff, I guess, like less like surface level. Like I can see Twig being like, not only like take down the barriers, but like walk people through. Like
yeah.
I can see that happening like easier for her. Like I feel like, especially with Nalfion, I feel like there are some things there where they kind of have almost these, I wouldn't say connections, but like, just by virtue of who the two characters are, there are like things there that can, slip through.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Awesome. Okay, so now we're gonna move to a question from Amoeba. So how long have you known each other outside and inside of? Now that all of you have known each other inside and outside of the game for a while, how do you deal with character romance? So, at least for me, from a DM perspective, and I think that's probably along the lines of what Kayla said. The big thing is, having conversations outside of the game, making sure that in anything in life, consent is key, and that's especially true in roleplay when you're going to do something on romantic, because you never want to make another player feel uncomfortable when you go to do something like that, or you never want to make the DM feel uncomfortable, right? If you want to pursue a relationship with an NPC, let the DM know that you want to do that. Please, God. I had one horror story where I had a player from one of the first campaigns that I did where I was blindsided because they really wanted a relationship, and that I was uncomfortable as a first-time DM. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Leave me alone. I don't want to flirt with you. Stop it. And then now I'm totally fine with it, provided a player lets me know ahead of time. So that's my big thing. It's just double checking, right? Just message the person and be like, hey, I think my character at some point in time could develop feelings. Is that okay? Or should I just not do that? I can make it happen, or I can not make it happen, And then go from there. It's all about conversations. What do you think? As we'll talk to Lisa last, because she's in the middle of a relationship with another PC. Gemma, what do you think?
Well, I mean, Twig's 15, so like.
Well, yeah, no.
So there's not going to be any hot and spicy romances there. Sorry to say.
I like the idea of like awkward, like middle school, like 5th, 6th, and 7th grade relationships, where it's like, like there's just like one really like shitty boy who's like, yeah, Twig's my girlfriend, and Twig's like, no, I'm not, and he's like, you're not? No. I just think that's so funny.
Oh my God.
Like that's one of the things that I really like about Alo and Sally is like. Well, awkward kid relationships are so funny. They're so funny. Oh, God. But you as Gemma, as a person, doing roleplay, playing somebody who's not 15, do you have any things that... Is it just, making sure to talk it through, or do you have anything else?
Yeah, I think, like, obviously, talking through is, like, very important, but also, I think things can be hard, because, the amount of time that passes in-game is very different to the amount of time that passes out of game. So I think, like, I think, like, players can also be a bit keen to, like, jump on things real quick. When really, like, what's happening in-game can be different. So I think sometimes it's a bit of a dance to try and, like, work out what that looks like. Like how different things will be actually affecting characters. But yeah. I think it can be good though. It's a very like I guess natural way to like quickly build up the relationship between two characters. Because if they're in love with each other, then naturally they're going to trust each other. They're going to have higher stakes when it comes to the other being in danger. And I think it can be like very like narratively rich that way as well.
Yeah. Awesome. That's a really good way to think about it. Enriching the narrative. That's a nice way to think about romance. Because people love each other, and one of the most human things you can do is love, is have compassion and love and empathy for other people. So, and it's very natural for us to have feelings for another person or to fall in love. And I think that's something that's so rarely explored because, I don't know, people get so weird about expressing their feelings. A lot of people do. So it does enrich the narrative. And I think that's one of the things I love about the Love Boat, the Southern Star with Captain Heather Scott, is there's just a whole bunch of people on there who have feelings for one another and they're just too afraid to say anything. Because I think that's something very human. Okay. Lisa, what do you think about PC romance? You think it's gross, right? It's terrible. Nobody should ever do it ever.
It's awful. No,
Awful,
never do it.
yeah.
I think it is. It's very interesting, and it is something where I think if you can do it right, if you've got people who are comfortable with it and characters who fit, it can be a really lovely thing because it's like something that just kind of runs alongside the story.
Mhm.
And I will say that with the Nalf and Eurydice situation, I really enjoy pacing that out because whilst it can be like the idea of flirting with your friend can be awkward and weird. You just need to learn to distance yourself. Like, yeah, that's not my friend, that's the character. And this isn't me, this is the character. And it really, really helps that me and Kayla are really, really close as friends. And we will talk about the Nalf and Eurydice relationship loads. Like, we will talk about it loads and loads and loads. And there have been times where I've gone to her and said, look, like, there's a couple of things here I'm not sure about. Can we just, like, go through it? She'll be like, yeah, sure. And we'll just talk about it for hours until we are both completely comfortable and understanding of what's going on. Because it makes it so much easier and so much nicer. And I think that it's just so much fun to see Nalfi and Eurydice slowly build up that relationship. Because, like, whilst there are those big moments, like Nalfion asking her to dance, her asking him to dance, them having the picnic on the deck, there are also the really tiny moments that people don't notice so much, which is like when Eurydice was like half asleep on Nalfion's shoulder in the temple because she was tired. Or like when he would come and check on her, like when she wasn't feeling okay. And those small moments are, I think, how you learn to pace it. Because, yeah, they haven't known each other that long. So obviously they're not, like, in love yet. They're just kind of figuring out their feelings. And as long as you can be aware of that, it'll be fine. And you can learn to pace that out. And, yeah, I really just love the idea of them slowly forming that relationship. And I really, really enjoy it. And I really, really enjoy playing it and figuring it out and talking to Kayla about it and us being like, they're so cute together and all that kind of stuff.
Awesome.
I don't think it's awkward. I don't think it is. I think if we were in person, it might be a little bit.
Yeah, romance in person is a little bit more weird. Eye contact is difficult in those types of situations. Yeah.
So if that was the situation, yeah. But I don't feel awkward. I don't think Kayla does. And some people be like, well, Joe's there and he's her husband. But yeah, no, it's just characters, and I feel like Joe ships it as much as we do.
Oh yeah, no, I'm. That's something I'm really, really happy for, and I would love to. Eye contact is difficult. Period. Yeah, that's true. As the author of the coffee shop, I am invested, to say the least, in Yuri/Snap. Thank you, Gemma.
You're welcome.
Yeah, no, I enjoy it. And I think that you two are doing a good job of pacing it, and making it very cute and wholesome and just nice. I just know I couldn't play off a character like that. I just high flirt with my friends. Oh God, yeah. But I mean, hey, listen, you know, the thing that's easy about it is, since you're just staring at Nalfion's art, it's really easy to fall in love with Nalfion's art. I mean, have you seen the guy? Ooh, wee.
Cheekbones.
Them cheekbones. Oh, I know. Okay, so we have one more question, then we'll be finished up, and this is one from Jamie, and it is a very damn right. Those cheekbones. This is a question from Jamie. So, for both of you, and we'll start with Gemma because you haven't. You at least got the last one. Where do you see the characters of the group / flavor or development wise? Like, where do you see these characters and how they interact with each other? When you get to like level 10, you know, it's like 7 levels in the future. Who knows how many events? What is their group dynamic look like?
I mean, spicy question. It's hard to say because, like, obviously we don't know enough about like each other and I guess ourselves either to say what that exactly is going to look like. But, you know, I think by level 10, like, obviously the party's going to be naturally so much closer to each other and much more, I guess, reliant and trusting on one another. At least there's the hopes. But, like, you know, I feel like I go on about it, like, a bunch. But, you know, like, I really think that by level 10, like, Twig and Nalf are going to have such a good, like, older brother, younger sister kind of relationship.
Yeah.
And I think that's, like, going from what I know from Nalf, at least, like, I think that's going to be really healthy and good for the both of them, which, like, I look forward to. Hopefully she's not scared of Grok anymore. I'm sure we can achieve that in, like, 7 more levels, yeah. But I think genuinely, like, a lot of things is just going to be feeling a lot closer to the party, and I really see, like, Twig just adopting this as being like, yes, this is my family now. Like, obviously she has that outside of, like, the party, but, like, I think it'll very much be like, these are her people.
These are my people. Oh, so sweet. All right, Lisa, finish it up. What are you thinking?
I am thinking at in 10, like, well, at level 10, so much could have changed. So it's very, very hard to call. But I really do think there's going to be quite a wholesome dynamic. I feel like I would really love to see that Nalfian and Twig brother-sister relationship, because I feel that'd be so cute. Nalfian and Grok, I feel like they're just going to be best bros. I feel like there is no changing that.
They're going to ascend being best bros. They could be another level. Let's be real. They're already there at best bros.
Yeah. They're just the best, like, friends. And then I really love the idea of all the girls just becoming really close, and, like, I feel like Eurydice just wants to be almost a bit kind of motherly in helping Twig. And just, like, helping her come out of her shell a little bit and advice and stuff. And obviously with Nalfian, I don't know, I would really, like, I am doubtful of whether it is going to go as wholesomely as I would like it to.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
If Nalfian and Eurydice, if it was possible for them to be in a happy, healthy relationship where they can both understand each other, and because they both have trauma, like, just looking at them, there's things there. I feel like if they could be just in a happy, healthy kind of relationship where they both just support each other, they'd both be so much happier. And I would really like that for them.
Be a demon quickly. Yuri will be a demon. There's hold her down in a portal to the 9. Wow, they're really everybody in the chat's really
What do you guys do?
In 7 levels, Yuri's just gonna be a demon, and she's gonna be in the 9 hells, and she's gonna be vibing. God,
sure.
God, do you guys even know about D&D multiverse lore? Demons don't go to the 9 hells; they go to the abyss. I'm just kidding. You guys are great. I love you all. Okay, all right. Do either one of you have anything you'd like to add to what we've talked about today? Anything you want to say? Any final thoughts? Any final ka-chows, Gemma?
Ciao. See, I am free of that habit.
You are?
Yeah, bringing it up is, you know, a bit insensitive.
I'm sorry. Kochiga. All right.
I would shout out to like Amoeba, Aquila, Onion, all the people in Discord who have been they've been, like, making it super active. And, like, all the theories that we saw last night. And, like,
keep feeding it to us.
Crazy. Yeah, like, that was so cool.
Before roll call started, I was actually going through the chat with everybody because I didn't read it all, because it was yesterday was such an involved session for me where I didn't read it, and I was going back and reading it, and you guys are so awesome and funny, and I just loved going back and reading the chat. So thank you. Please never stop being you. You guys are awesome. By level 10, Yuri killed Day and has his power as Yuri is Demon Lord now.
That checks out.
Yep. All right, sounds good. Signed, sealed, delivered. Oh Lord, I'm yours. Okay, alrighty. Well, thank you everybody for watching so far. I hope that you've enjoyed. I sure have. I always love talking to my players about it. Make sure to tune in next Sunday for another episode of Roll Call, or next Tuesday, this upcoming Tuesday for the Salamander Coast, next Friday for the Explorers of Ephera, or next Saturday for this group, the Isles of Avarion. They've got some shit going down, and in a half an hour, so at 5:10 Central Standard Time, I will be back live with Jareth for Izzy's one-on-one shot. It'll be an hour and a half, 2-hour long session, figuring out, you're going to be able to see what Izzy did when she was away from the party with Captain Reinhardt. So make sure that you come back for that. You'll get a notification when it goes live. If you would like to get a notification through Discord as well, all you got to do is join the Discord right there. Yes, so how it's going to work is the day after it streams on Twitch, it'll be posted to the Patreon, day early unlisted for those people, and then 3 days later it'll be posted public on YouTube. So, Dragon's name. Oh, that's right, Dragon's name. All right, so I have got the options right here, so I'm going to go ahead and manage the polls, and I'm going to send a poll out right now. What is the... Oh my gosh, look at that. It's a little Bernie Sanders. Look at this man. Whose man is this? Look at him. The problem with this campaign is that 99% of the spotlight is taken up by Grok 99% of the time. No, it's... Oh my god. Oh no, it's too much. There's 2 of them now.
Why is that too?
It's an army.
Hey, how are you doing? I'm doing pretty terrible because 99% of the Grok.
Hey, they're not 6 feet apart, Joe.
Oh, jeez. Okay, all right. You want to put this in a mysterious hand? It's clearly Mittens. Excuse me. Bernie doesn't like Grok. Grok's not a 1%er. Okay, dragon name. Alrighty, so let me pull up my options here. Okay, I love you too. All right, so we have Blueberry. Wait, that's not how you spell blueberry. That's blue, and then the name berry. Blueberry, there we go. Mittens. Dargan.
I think Uwu.
And then I saw somebody earlier said Little Joey.
Yeah.
And then Uwu.
Make it up.
Uwu. Uh-oh, I can only have that many options. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Okay, we're gonna replace Little Joey with biscuits. Okay, I will allow additional votes. Where if you have been watching the channel, wait, I had a real name. Oh, you did? We'll put it in the chat then. Amoeba. Come on, dude.
Amoeba, what you doing?
What you waiting on, huh? Spyro? Oh, Spyro is good.
Spyro.
Oh god, but I can only have 5 options.
Steel Spyro?
Last week I don't remember.
Oh no.
It was Latin.
Oh, no.
Oh, jeez. Okay, well, we'll replace Dargan with Spyro. Oh, gosh, it was last week. Oh, yeah, last session? Oh, man, I thought that I got all of them from the session. Everything was going.
Little Joey.
Was it Latin? No, that was from today. Yeah, that's not Latin.
Dargan?
It was
I have
haunted.
no idea, man.
No, thank you, Joe. Discord artists. It was last session. Blueberry, Dargan, Mitten Biscuits.
Okay, fast.
I like Mitten Biscuits. Dargan.
Sonic.
Blueberry. Little baby. Didn't you hear? Woo Isles. Why is there a dragon on the screen? Uh-oh, I can't find it. Amoeba, I'm sorry. I can find it. Roll call number 2. I'll go to roll call number 2.
Having way too many suggestions now. We've got like Alduin, enemy blue.
Lux, Latin for light.
Too many options.
I'm becoming stressed. Okay, alright, Salamander Coast.
The lemon crab.
All the options. I feel like this could be for a poll. Just do like a Google poll thing. You have multiple options.
Oh yeah, but that takes all the tenacity out of it. Dead horses.
Well, I mean,
okay, wait a
I
second.
feel like we've kind of already it's been dragged.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, Gemma.
Dragon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wait a second. I'm getting there. Do multiple. Alduin is the bitch from Skyrim. An aggressive way to put it.
She's right.
Okay, all right. Okay, here we go.
All right.
Here we go. So our options we have, because I can only have 5 on here, and the reason I like doing this is you can use additional votes. Like you can use points that you've accumulated on the channel to buy more votes. So
Buying all my votes for Uwu.
so we have Blueberry, Mittens, Spyro, Biscuits, and Uwu. Please, God, do not let it be
Please,
Uwu.
my people.
Alrighty, so start the poll. There we
Do
go.
not disappoint us.
All right, it's got 1 minute. It's got 1 minute on the poll.
I will. God, wait, can I?
I love how it's 100% Ubu right now.
Wait, no. Why? It's showing that I have no live polls, huh? Oh wait, no shit. Okay, found it. Hey.
Report poll. Vote Uwu. I can't. Oh, okay. All right, we're getting there. We're getting. Oh no. Uwu has 9 votes. No. It should be up at the top of the top of the thing. Oh my God. 30, 40. Please, for the love of God.
What have we done?
Please, somebody do something.
Oh no.
Ah!
Uwu has 63. Oh my God.
Wait, what happened? God, I think I got mad because I was spamming it too much.
No. No, you won, Gemma.
Oh, did it?
You spent 7,200 channel points. And Aquila spent 6.2k on Uwu.
Oh, my guy, I love you. I don't know. Wait, there are a lot of Lisa's, aren't you? I love you.
Oh,
Sorry.
so sorry, Joe.
I can rename it. I feel bad.
Oh no, it's okay. I'm not ashamed of this godless victory. This has been a crime. Oh gosh. Well,
Oh, no.
well, it happened, and the people got what the people wanted, and I understand that 50% of the people didn't want that. But that's okay. We're good. Brock would know about crimes. Okay. The dragon's name is Uwu.
You have to do the voice every time.
You have to. I'm sorry, Joe.
Uwu. Uwu. Is that it? Oh my gosh. There it is. There you go.
End it now.
God,
Now you get followers.
I found it. Oh, Amoeba, what was your name?
What was it? Let it be like something really cool now.
Oh, my real name was
Dracarys.
Magistrus Carius. Oh my gosh.
Teacher of something? Huh?
Well, it's Uwu now.
Caris. Magistri Caceris.
Oh man, that is Keeper of the Master. Oh. What if we do a 1v1 between this one and Uwu? I'm sure that Gemma
You know
has...
what I have to do.
All right, we're gonna do another poll between Amoeba's real name and Uwu. This time, ladies and gentlemen, don't let terrible things happen. No, Amoeba, don't succumb to the Uwu.
Yes, come to the Uwu.
Oh God. I mean, I'm really okay with it, but I really like Magister Carius. Uwu. All right, start poll. Start poll. There you go. 15.2. Jareth. You got this, Jareth. Defeat the evil within the channel. Choose the light. Be on the right side. Final fight. Come on.
Oh my god, it's tense.
Oh my god, they're so... Oh god, this is terrible. Oh, no, oh, yes. Yes. like a minute. Still. People should know when they have been conquered.
No.
Oh, yes. Oh, no! Oh, no! Uwu's catching up! No, guys, you gotta keep going! You gotta keep going!
Guys, back for Magus. Defeat the Uwu.
Alright, there's 1 minute remaining. Oh my god!
Get out of it!
There's so many votes! Oh, come on! Come on, Magister Carius! Come on!
Yeah, I'm out of votes. I'm out of votes!
You got it! Yes! No! No, it's 7! It's 7 away! No, 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 please, please, keep going, come on! All of the votes stopped! I'm out of points! Oh, God!
I am voting as quickly as I possibly can.
Oh, my God. Oh, it's 3 away. Oh, no, it's 1 away! Oh, no, 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 no! Oh, no! Oh, no, Uwu just overcame! No! No!
People.
No! Ah!
Oh, it's 3 away! Come on! Oh, it's 2! 2 Magister Carius is 2 over! Come on!
Fury is going to kill everything. You
Come
guys
on! 262.
Yeah,
Oh!
man. My child.
Just a few seconds.
Be on the
Just a few
right
seconds.
side of history.
Oh,
I will never
Maggie.
Any of you.
Okay. And Amoeba contributed 20,000 channel points.
Yes.
Oh, God.
I think I lost most of my channel points in that too.
I lost all of them.
All right.
I had like 37,000. I'm now on 17,000.
I have 14 points.
Just from the time you've been watching right now. Oh, God.
I
Secret.
think it's just leftover.
Oh, God.
This is the Civil War. This is the Civil War.
This is what it's all about. Alrighty. Well, I think that it's only fair that his true name is Magister Carius, but
You
the
always
pet
do it,
name,
Jay.
the pet name that we call him sometimes is Uwu, because look at how cute he is.
Oh.
I have 76. Oh gosh. Oh my God, Amoeba, you spent. That's amazing. I'm so sorry. Well, that's a lot of fun. All right, Magister Carius, it's good to have you. I wish I could remember the commands to do him. I will now pretend Uwu won and make a confederacy. Oh God. Okay. Alrighty. So I think on that note, that's a great note to end the to Magister Carius. Ha! Good job, Amoeba. I'm proud of you.
We're proud.
You were on the right side of history. Oh God. Well, it was a lot of fun. Especially I'm having a lot of fun. But be back in a half an hour, 1/2 of an hour at 5:30 for the one-on-one shot between myself and Jareth for whatever Izzy was doing while the rest of the party was in the library. I may or may not have embraced the chaos and voted for Uwu. Oh God. Well,
Oh, Jamie.
thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in a half an hour. Farewell. Bye-bye.